Hello, all, the Irrational Skeptic here, and today I am going to be doing a video titled The Power of Fashion. That is part of the MBTI Shenanigans series, and let's get right into it. There are certain types who have a sense of fashion. There are others who are completely clueless, not naming any names, INTP. There are some who try to invent their own style and fail at it miserably. In general, the types with a high sense of fashion are as follows. This list is in descending order, but they all have an intuition for what is cool. They tend to be the movers of societal fashion. People want to be like them when they grow up. So first on the list is the ESFJs. Yes, these types are always aware of what is especially fashionable. Hang out with any ESFJ, and at some point in time, they will critique your closet. They can't help it. They have an eye for detail. This is due to their auxiliary introverted sensing, which knows how to pick upon past patterns that exude specific effects. And having extroverted feeling on their dominant function also contributes to this because they will tend to know what is liked by society. They will actually test it out and look for reactions that others give to others when it comes to clothing, and they'll learn from this. Also, having tertiary extroverted intuition also helps them to be creative in their style of display, so they can have a twist on certain things they wear. So, when dressing for the office, for example, they can be classy but sexy at the same time. If you have ladies in the office, they will look to the ESFJ on cues on what to wear. They may not exactly be trendsetters, and I will mention who are the trendsetters later on in this video, but they will have an uncanny eye for picking things out that match what society expects someone of their body type and culture to wear. They easily can go cross-culture as well without drawing too much criticism, as they tend to wear things properly and for the right time and for the right manner. For example, they won't mix an African garb with Indian shoes. They won't break certain rules that'll make them look insensitive at best or silly at worst. And like I said, this is due to their very close ties to how to harmonize with society. And of course, wherever they are at the exact moment is the in group, and everyone outside that group is an out group. So they won't go around being an Irish person and all the time dressing like someone from South Africa. This just doesn't harmonize well with the people around them, makes them look other, makes them look different, which is, of course, something that, for example, the INTP may do, but we see that this is the exact opposite of an ESFJ. They end up being the dual of the ESFJ, and so you can see everything opposite to what an ESFJ does in terms of harmonizing with society. You can see the INTP breaking those rules, breaking the boundaries. INTPs I like to say that they like to tangentially relate to society. So they like to come and touch just right at the tip and go their own way, and they go in another orbit and then at another time come back and touch society once again. So if you can picture this lone planet orbiting a group of other planets and every once in a while coming by. Yeah, that's the INTP. Next, we have the ESTPs, and they have a knack for owning expensive things. They're the ones you'll see within Gucci socks, Versace wallets, Jordans, all at the same time. They dress not only to impress but to show their net worth, even if sometimes it may not reflect their actual net worth. They do know how to look the part. Flashy cars also go with flashy clothes for this type. So when I say power of fashion, I am mostly alluding to extroverted sensing impacting the environment through sheer appearance. Uh, uh, just like a lion grows a really large mane in order to exude a certain confidence that other lions can perceive as power, even as we humans find it appealing. And so this is very telling of the effect of appearance, and it's not only in the human domain, it extends to the animals. And so this is how sometimes we can see peacocks having really large displays of feathers that really don't look like they help in, hunting or gathering food. Like, why would they have such flashy feathers? Doesn't this just open them up more for attack? But I've seen some arguments which make that the peacock, for example, can have an illusory effect on other animals by appearing larger than they actually are. And so when they use so many feathers, and I guess I could also say that since each of the feathers have what would look like circles or eyes, it can trick other animals into thinking there's a lot more peacocks than one over there, since a marker of making distinction between one animal and the next could be looking to the eyes for cues. So seeing a lot of circles around a certain predator may say, oh my god, there's like 100 of them. I'm not going to go after him. But that's just a theory. Next, we have the ISTPs, and they are what I like to call the silent trendsetters. They tend to know well ahead of time what will be the next in thing. They will usually have started wearing these clothings before anyone even becomes aware of it. This is mostly due to their combination of a healthy extroverted sensing with an uncanny introverted intuition to predict future trends. They do really peek into the collective unconscious to pull out information that is useful for them, then use it to their advantage in the sensor world. Ever heard of the brand Supreme? Well, the ISTP started wearing it before it became available in stores to the general public. They found a way to purchase it in some underground market that shares fashion secrets and trends before it becomes available to the general public. They really do enjoy being able to be right about things like this. Next on the list, we have the ESFPs. ESFPs are also very into fashion. Like the ESTPs, they will tend to wear clothing that has an edge, something that is loud that makes you unable to ignore them in a room. They are classic performers and so must address the part. Their own dress style is geared towards showing how better styled they are than their male or female counterparts. Through the method of comparison, they will usually want people in their circle to also dress in a fashionable manner. This also applies to ESFJs and ESTPs as well. This doesn't apply as much to ISTPs because ISTPs will rather let you have your own style because they appreciate individuality a lot more. And this is due to their dominant introverted thinking and dominant introverted introversion in general appreciates people to be individuals. but also introverted thinking really likes to say that, well, logically, everyone is not the same. So logically, everyone will dress different and will be into different things. And maybe that guy just isn't into fashion. That's just not who he is what the ISTP will say. The extroverts in general usually want those around to harmonize with them, and so in a group may tell you to go change your clothes. Let me say something like, "Hey, buddy, are you wearing that to the party?" That's a nice way for someone like an ESFJ to say, "Go change your clothes." And ESTP might be more upfront about it and go into their own closet and pull out some really nice shoes that they have and a nice shirt and dress you up. The types I mentioned above are the ones that I find expressing the side of reality or expressing the side of reality that has to do with power and appearance. As we can see, the MBTI can give us insight into the patterns of society in relation to fashion. And so I'm going to be rounding up this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I know I did not include any of the intuitive types in my descriptions, and this was done on purpose. In general, certain intuitive types do dress elegantly and may have a unique touch to them. The ENFP is coming to my mind right now, and yeah, they do tend to dress in very unique ways. But when it comes to this side of exuding raw power, I do not find the ENFPs trying to be noticeable in that manner. They may try to be noticeable when it comes to how unique they are dressing or how they went and were able to get a vintage clothing from the 1800s that they're wearing to a party. And this is their own uniqueness. It has a different kind of charm, but it is not the fashion trend that I'm trying to speak about in this video. So let me know what you think. Until next time, the Irrational Skeptic signing off.